Hello, my name is Kamaria Mickles. I am a fourth year psychology student from the city of Detroit, Michigan. Today I will be talking to you about the topic of juvenile delinquency. Juveniles, specifically African American juveniles, they are too familiar with our juvenile justice system. These juveniles are committing crimes that are not landing them a spot in the principal office or a desk next to the teacher's desk, but they're committing crimes that are giving them a spot in our prisons. They are committing crimes that are labeling them to be unsuccessful individuals for the rest of their lives. Excuse me. In the state of Florida, actually, the way that they predict how many spaces they need in a prison or how many cells they need is by looking at how many African Americans fail the FCAT. Based on this statistic, they decide, okay, they can't read, they're not going to be successful, they're going to end up in jail. And that's exactly what they do. And thus far, this is an accurate way of calculating because we do have so many African American juveniles who are not able to succeed in the education system and in turn to criminal acts that lands them in a prison. So from the city that I'm from, Detroit, Michigan, this is pretty much a large city. You have a lot of rivals. And when I say rivals, it's not, FAMU, BCU. No, it's more so like Wanish Way, FAMU Way. I am from a neighborhood called Pearson, and right across from my neighborhood, like a light over, it's a neighborhood called Finkel. And these two neighborhoods, they typically have a lot of crime between the neighborhoods, drive-by shootings, gang fights, just simply because we're from two different neighborhoods. And then that stems into the school system because, you only have one neighborhood school, but you have four different neighborhoods of children that are going to that school. So within a school, teachers can't teach because they continuously have violence amongst, I'm from Pearson, I'm from Finkel, and these students fight, they can't get along, they don't want to get to know each other simply because I'm from a different neighborhood. So, being that I would like to create a diversion program, I actually would like to target individuals that have already landed themselves a spot in our justice system, whether it was for petty crimes or whether it was for felony crimes. I think the notion that I receive from society is that once you end up in this system, you're not going to be successful. You're not going to be a lawyer. You're not going to be a doctor. You're not going to be able to produce enough income to sustain yourself, let alone be able to sustain wife and family. So I think to create a system that teaches individuals how to create their own income, how to create their own businesses, how to help their own people will be a way to give them opportunity to not be looked at as unsuccessful their whole lives. Like just because you don't work for your CEO top company, that doesn't mean that you can't still be successful. So my diversion program will be agricultural based, planting gardens, planting food, cabbage, peppers, tomatoes. I think that would be a way of not only teaching children discipline, teaching them how to get along, teaching them how to love, because essentially the best way to grow crops is to have a loving environment. But it also will teach them how to budget. It will teach them how to sustain themselves without having the help of somebody else tell you what to do. It'll be more so like, we have a community garden. In our community garden, we prepare crops, and once we prepare these crops, we sell them, or we give them away to the homeless, or whatever it'll be in light of teaching the children how to start businesses and how to have successful businesses, whether that be You want to start a business with taxes. You want to start your own bakery. You want to start your own farm. It doesn't matter what it is, but being able to show these kids that you do not have to rely on society to pick you back up once you have fallen. Because once these kids have already made a mistake, already gotten themselves that label of being, delinquent or having a felony, where will they go? So that's what my diversion program would be.